Hello everyone and welcome to our BrightFunded Funded Star Trader interview. My name is Jelle, I'm the CEO and co-founder of BrightFunded. BrightFunded is a prop trading firm where we grant traders the opportunity to trade with our funded star accounts up to $400,000 after passing our evaluation. Today I'm hosting an interview with one of our funded stars, Andrew. Andrew is currently the trader with the highest total payout amounts within the BrightFunded ecosystem and already acquired over 30,000 United States dollars in total payouts. He's managing currently 6.1 million United States dollars in prop firm funding, so it's set to be a very interesting and valuable interview. So I can only say sit back and enjoy. All right, there we are. Welcome fam, welcome to another Funded Star Trader interview. Today we have Andrew on the interview, currently the trader with the highest total payouts within the BrightFunded ecosystem. So it's set to be a very interesting and engaging interview with a lot of insights, knowledge, especially according his trading experience and results. So Andrew, welcome man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure man, sure. We've set this interview already for quite some period. Fine.
Yeah, almost a month.
We both could make it. So welcome to the interview and happy to have you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been an amazing journey so
Indeed,
far.
indeed.
Yeah.
So what I just mentioned, you're currently the trader with the highest total payouts within the BrightFunded ecosystem. Of course, we launched 4 months ago, but it's quite an achievement since we already welcomed a lot of very experienced and good traders. So definitely something you can be proud of, man.
Yeah, and I think I'm also having the record for the highest amount of funding overall. I'm not sure because I had 6.1 million, so I don't know if anyone else is above that. But yeah, I do hold the record for some other companies in terms of total payouts, but they just don't want to really say about it.
No, I can imagine. But yeah. I guess maybe with the 6.1 M in total funding, it is probably the world record within the complete space, because I don't know a trader with that high amount of total funding. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think there is anyone else, and it's crazy to think about it because when I first started, it was just FTMO. So like 2-3 years ago, the max funding you could have gotten was like 200K, because they didn't even have 200K accounts. They only had like 100K. So you could only get 2 100K accounts. And from that to the point where we are now in the trading space, it's crazy growth. It's crazy. And there's a lot of opportunity now. Like I told you, scaling to 6 million. I don't know, it's just crazy. I mean, it's not really 6 million. It's like 600K that you can risk, but it's still some money that basically you have to risk, right?
Oh, definitely. It's definitely a huge amount where when you reach a significant ROI on every month, you get like, you know it, you earn like a really good living as well. So definitely something pretty amazing. And yeah, it's one of the opportunities that current prop firms offer to traders, for example, as you, and you scale it up to like one of the highest levels within the space. So definitely something interesting. And Andrew, you're a famous name within the space. I can say you're a well-known name within the space, traded with a lot of prop firms, banned at a lot of prop firms. Also something that people say a lot about you. So I'm really curious where this interview will bring us. But to get things started, man, can you introduce yourself a little bit to our community? Who are you? What did you do before your trading career? How did you actually ended up trading, my friend?
Yeah, so I have an interesting journey. I'm 24, turning 25 in a few months. So time has passed quite fast. I'm from Romania, so Bucharest. I was born here. And if anyone knows Romania, it's not really the best country to live in. It's like a communist country. It was a communist country. It's very low means of earning, like having a salary here. I think the usual salary is around like 700 to 800 euros, which is really bad, right? So yeah, my life kind of started with playing sports. So I was a professional basketball player until I was around 17, 18. That's when I had an injury. So I had to stop that. And yeah, my dream was always becoming an entrepreneur. Back then, the only, if you were looking like online how to make money, all you could find was drop shipping. So I did try some drop shipping, did make some money. Obviously, I didn't have a lot. Then I stumbled across Umar Ashraf. He was the only guy doing YouTube with trading, stocks trading. So I kind of, that's when I discovered trading initially. So yeah, I did some e-commerce, tried some drop shipping, didn't really work out. Then I tried binary options. So it's like a gamble. It's like forex but gambling. So that was I did make some money with that, but I didn't really understand anything. And then yeah, I started another e-commerce business here in Romania locally, so not drop shipping, and made some money with that, the business. But then that kind of, I mean, I made money from that I used then to get back into trading, but I had to shut it down when after COVID came, because that just killed every business, right? So that's my story, my journey. And then yeah, trading, just started trading. At first I didn't really understand anything. Obviously baby peeps, then trying to get over some courses, see the Instagram guys, didn't really work out. And then I kind of put my head down and locked myself in the house for like 2 years, studying the markets every single session. And I kind of not really figured out the strategy, because everyone is looking for a golden strategy, but I just kind of understand how the market moves, and I just take trades based on that. So it's a lot of psychology, and it's a constant battle. And yeah, it kind of aged me very fast because from 19 all the way to 25 now, it's 6 years, but I don't really feel them, right? Because of that time I spent studying the charts. But obviously in the end, I guess it's worth it, because now I have a skill that I can use to never have to work again, right?
Exactly. Look, it's a skill that you will take with you, and you will, yeah, take with you for the rest of your life, right? You can basically make money within every circumstance or with every economic state. So that's definitely a skill that is highly valued for yourself. But to take things a little bit like to the beginning, you played basketball. Did you play like a high professional level?
Yeah, I was in the top 15 in the country at my age. I was playing for the national team. So when I was around 18, yeah, 18, I was playing for my age. I was playing for the age like above me, and I was also playing the senior league at my team. So I was kind of playing for three, because that's how basketball is when you're young. You have like age categories. So I was playing at each one, and then I was also playing senior league, and I was a starter there. So yeah, I was playing professionally and also national team. So highest level, basketball was everything I was doing. So that really helped me with discipline. And yeah, discipline was a big thing that helped me with.
Oh yeah, that's also where I wanted to go through, because especially when you play at such a high level and you need to train, you need to eat well, you need to sleep well, it brings a lot of discipline, right? And especially where you are right now, trading is all about discipline, and trading is all about the mind game. So, do you really see your background in professional basketball as one of the main pillars and best foundations for your current success?
Yeah, definitely. I say this all the time. That's what helped me become very disciplined in my mind, and helped me really progress, because I was always uh, just imagine you have to practice like 3 times a day. So all you do is you have to go to practice, then you have to go eat, then you have to, I don't know, take a nap, then practice, food, practice again. During the weekends you had game times, so you don't really have a lot of time. Your free time was a few hours every day. So obviously doing that for a few years, it really reprograms your mind. So yeah, when I came into not just trading but business and life in general, I was always very educated and very disciplined. So when I first started, really wanted to elevate myself. I had a very tight schedule, so I was waking up at the same hour, going to the gym same hour, was eating the same thing every day. I was doing the same thing every day, and I did that for months at a time. So it really did set up the foundation, and I think I was very lucky with that because I had that background. Because a lot of people, when they come into trading, they're very undisciplined. They don't have any good habits, and they want to succeed in trading. But the truth is trading is just a very high level skill. It's just like being a surgeon or being a doctor, right? You really need to be like 100% top of the line to make this. And obviously, with every career in this world, like if you want to be a top earner, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to perform at the highest level. So yeah, nobody can compete with me because I have that background, right, in discipline. So I have a very huge advantage. But yeah, it was very, very helpful.
Yeah, definitely,
100%.
man. And look, trading is all about discipline, and you know it for sure. Maybe as one of the best. Trading is all about discipline and being comfortable with doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and don't try to go all into all temptations to try something different and to try a different strategy, try a different pair. And what I currently also see in your trades, you're not trading like a bunch of pairs. You're just trading like a few pairs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is like EU or GBP USD, right?
Yeah, that's the only two pairs I trade. Also on BrightFunded, I think I only traded EU and GU. So yeah, I only trade EU, GU, sometimes gold, but not, maybe once every 2 weeks, but just EU and GU. And I kind of focus on a few setups, good setups, and I try to scale in. But yeah, that's a very big thing that helped my trading, because at first, like everyone, I was jumping from pair to pair, strategy to strategy, time frame, trying to figure something out. But then I figured out, all right, if I spend a year trading the same pair every single day, obviously I'm gonna learn how it moves, right? I know how it moves. I know every time the cycle it's in, so it's very easy to read it. And it's also just experience, right? Mastering one pair. So I think in trading, you only need 2 to 3 pairs to make very good money instead of trading multiple pairs.
Oh,
It's very
definitely,
easy.
definitely.
Yeah.
And you told me in the middle of your story at the beginning that you also had an injury, and maybe due your injury you ended up trading. But can you tell me a little bit about what kind of injury was it and how did you get injured?
So in the middle of a game, I basically wanted to. I was trying to dunk. I don't know if you know the term, right? And somebody kind of pushed me. Obviously, it wasn't intentional, but I fell on the side of my back. So I don't know if you know how it's called hernia.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, the disc from your
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain, but it kind of moved.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really, really bad, because I couldn't move out of bed for like 3 months, I think. I couldn't stand, so my legs were numb. It was very, very scary. Yeah, I had to do a lot of recovery. It was a bad time, bad period, because it's very scary not being able to stand or walk.
What were the chances, sorry to interrupt you, what were the chances that you would recover? Were there also chances that, because I know also people that have an hernia, maybe a little older age, but they can't walk ever.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad, because it was manageable. It was just the impact. It was very hard.
Yeah.
So that's why I had the numbness and everything. I could, after like a week or two, I could walk, but not for a long period of time. I couldn't really stand. So my options back then was just basically have surgery or try to do recovery for a few months. And I didn't really want to do the surgery. And I kind of started recovering for like 6 months. I did recovery every day, and I got better. I tried going back to playing, but it was just so hard. I only have a disadvantage, right? Because I had to do all this recovery, and that's when I kind of realized it's not really worth it to play basketball, because I wasn't gonna make money, right? And during that period of 6 months, this was a big thing in my life. During that period of 6 months, I started reading a lot of books. I started like researching psychology, mindset, all of that. And when I got back into basketball and I tried to go back, I kind of looked around me and I was like, this is not the place for me, right? Because their mentality was so down and my mentality has elevated so much. I understood so much about life by studying books and all of that, that I was just kind of this is not a place for me, right? And that's when I decided to stop forever and try to pursue this journey of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So also during your injury that you were laying on the bed, you couldn't walk. What did you do especially? Was it also the period that you worked a lot on yourself, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I was just reading books, to be honest. I ordered a lot of books. I remember I had like 2,000 euros saved up, so I ordered books for like 500, like a big box of books about mindset, psychology. I wasn't really interested in the marketing books, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or stuff like that, because it's just the same information. I was kind of trying to study the brain and how psychology works. So that's what that was my main reason. Also, like marketing concepts and all of that, and just watching YouTube. To be honest, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Back then, there weren't a lot of people, but there were people doing some nice content. So that's what I did. Was just doing that, eating, and yeah, just resting. Nothing much. Was boring.
Nice, nice, nice. And then after your injury, you played some basketball, but you decided and you came to the conclusion that it wasn't for you anymore. And
Yeah.
then you started your entrepreneurial career, first of all with some e-commerce businesses, or did you go straight up into trading, or maybe simultaneously?
Yeah, I was doing it at the same time. So I tried drop shipping, and then I was also doing like I said, I discovered binary options. So I kind of tried to make that work. Did a little money, did some money. Then yeah, I was doing them at the same time. So I was studying trading, but I also like really focusing on the business. And then I kind of started to make some profits with trading. And yeah, after my business shut down, I just went all in trading. But I was making money with trading also. So when my trading kind of started making more money than the actual business, and the business was very hard to run because you had ads, you had logistics, you have a lot of things, and trading was just me spending time in front of the computer. So that's when I kind of figured trading must be the way. So let's try to scale this as much as possible, and that's when I kind of got into prop firms.
Indeed, indeed. And what you said, when you're trading instead of running a business, it's just you and the markets, right? You don't have a lot of dependencies on, for example, staff or software licenses or whatever. Agree.
Yeah,
You go
yeah,
on.
I hate working with people. It's so hard to work with people. That's why we're very lucky. Like, people don't understand trading for a living and making money trading is so much better than working with people, because I just maybe I'm the type of person that if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm just gonna do it. So if I say tomorrow in the morning I'll have that for you, I'm just gonna do it. But you know how people are, you tell them to do something and then they just kind of, even if it's something that doesn't take a lot of time, they just push it and they never do it, so they're just lazy. That's why I figured a lot of people are lazy. So it's very hard to work with people and find good people, actually.
So now your only dependency is you and the two
Yeah.
firms you're trading on. That's very
Yeah,
nice.
and I'm trying to build a team for also trading, but also like my personal brand to start building it. But it's so hard to find people, right? So hard. They have very big expectations, but they don't really want to deliver the right work.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Finding the good people is like a skill. If you can do it, it's a really highly valued skill. But yeah, actually getting the right people around you and within your business is especially very important, man. So when you started trading, of course, you stopped with the e-commerce businesses. You started trading. Can you guide me a little bit through the journey you've been from the moment you started to the moment you are right now? Because it's quite
Oh,
an adventure. I can.
yeah, I think it's 6 years. So yeah, at first I didn't really know what I was doing. Studied baby pips. At first I was just trading. Back then it was very popular. Fibonacci was very popular. So everyone was trading fib retracements. So that's what I was doing. I was trading the higher time frames, 1 hour, 50 minute, trading all type of pairs. And then yeah, I kind of got into the retail side, so support, resistance, all of that. I was kind of trading market structure. It did work for a while, but I was trading everything. I remember I was trading also like indices. That's when I did my first money trading. I just gambled on Nasdaq, and I think I flipped like $300 into like 3K in one day, and then lost it all. So I was just buying, selling. But yeah, that was the start, and then I kind of went to the lower time frames. So I did the same thing, but on the lower time frame. So I was trading 1 minute, 5 minute, which was very hard. I didn't really work out, and then yeah, that's when I did this for like a year or two, and then that's when I put my head down. I was like, all right, let's see what happens, what actually happens in the markets. I kind of got friends with a few people that were trading very different. So they were making money, or at least I thought they were making money, but they weren't actually making. But I discovered basically I don't want to call it the smart money part of trading, but the other, I don't know, the other part, when you're trading support resistance and then you find out about the imbalances, the POIs and all of that is like a whole different thing, right? But now after discovering it, I just figured it's the exact same thing. So it's nothing different. It's just areas, right? And it's just the market moving. So that's when I kind of discovered, all right, there's more to trading than just support and resistance, just areas. Let me really look at the pairs. So at first I was trading gold. So gold was my main pair, and that was my idea, was just let's watch gold every single day for like months and try to figure out how to trade it in a profitable way. So yeah, that's what I did, and I discovered that I don't know, gold really goes for like daily highs, daily lows, 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows, those tiny areas, and then in the reverses it moves very nicely in New York Open, so I found a few confluences and I tried to focus on that, and that's when I really started making some good money just trading gold. So yeah, I traded gold. I really scaled up. That's when I also got a few funding accounts. So I think it was Funding Talent. I was trading. That was my big, funding capital. It's Funding Talent. That's when I had I think it was $47,000 withdrawal on a 300K account, just trading gold. So scalping. So I was scalping. I was trading every day, like taking multiple trades every single day. And yeah, then COVID came, and that just ruined gold. Gold never recovered after that, so it started moving very, very weird. And that's when I basically decided, yeah. And also the Funding Talent shutting down, I didn't really have capital. I went back to trading personal capital, trading gold, but didn't really, make big percentage. And that's when I took a step back and I kind of tried to find another pair to trade, right? So I saw EURUSD was very popular among traders. So I was like, all right, let's see how EURUSD moves. So I did the same thing with EURUSD and then also GBPUSD. So I watched them daily. I saw they move very similar because they're USD pairs. And yeah, that's what I did until this point. And then obviously scaling up of the capital. So it's not really hard. If I was to start all over again, if someone is starting trading, I would just say focus on 1-2 pairs, watch them every day for like a year, and then start looking for capital, and you're gonna be successful 100%. Because now the way I trade is, I know I did a breakdown on my YouTube channel with a big trade that I took on GU, like 150 pips, and people were commenting like, why don't you show the full chart, because your chart is so empty? Because I had nothing, just a zone. I'm like, that's how I trade now. It's just mark a zone and then watch the market cycle, watch the time it moves, and just enter the position, have a good stop loss, a good risk reward, and that's it. I don't have a lot of lines, just some zones, and
Less
that's
is
it.
more.
So yeah, so my charts now are empty. Now, even now that I'm looking, it's just 2 areas, and then that's it, and then just all in my mind.
Indeed, and that's what I hear more often, right? That people started trading and people have the assumption that they need to write their chart like it's whatever, a color palette, or that they need to write such amount of lines. But it's just like how cleaner your chart, the cleaner your mind, and the cleaner your decision. So that's the most important thing I always advise as well, because when you have a chart and you are using like tens and tens of indicators, you can't really make up any indicator anymore. So it's definitely the right strategy. And to bring you to the most pivotal decision and pivotal moment to your way into consistency, was that the decision that you made on just focusing on one pair? Do you see that as the most pivotal moment?
Yeah, yeah. I think there were multiple moments like that. Like every time there's a moment that elevates me to the next level. But yeah, that was the first one. The second one was understanding that trading with a higher time frame is always gonna be best. Another good pivotal moment again that elevated my trading was timing, when I understood the timing of the market, so that the market only has two moves every single day. So before, well, let's say London Open was starting and price was going down, I was trying to catch reversals, and then I was trying to catch continuation and so on. So I was trying to take multiple trades. But once I understood that, all right, if London goes one way, then it's either going to reverse and continue, or it's just going to have a pullback and then continue for the whole London session. So it's not going to make 3 moves, 4 moves. It's just going to make 1 or 2 moves. And that's just, got a lot of bad trades out the way. And then understanding that New York is the main mover of the day. So New York is going to have the move for the day. So if I'm trading London, maybe I'm just going to go in and out. And then in New York session, I'm going to have the winning trade. And New York usually just goes one way. So timing was very important, just removing the period between, London and New York. So not trading that. And then after New York, not really trading. So really have a tight schedule of trading. And the latest pivotal moment was understanding that it's not about percentage return, but it's about capital. So instead of trying to make more percentage return on lower capital, I'm trying to increase my capital and have the low percentage return. So it's just a game of capital. Trading is just a game of capital, because I was thinking, if the biggest hedge funds, they only make, I don't know, 1% a month or 2% a month, just imagine how much capital they have to make, I don't know, 100 million. Imagine making 1 million a month with 1% return. I can make 1% return every single month, no matter what. I can do that. And I'm not a retail trader. I don't have access to everything, right? So that's when I thought, all right, if I want to make 100K a month, how much capital do I need? And what's the target that I need to achieve? So like 2%, right? I can make 2% every single month, and that's very good money. And from there, just trying to increase while keeping the same percentage return. So I heard someone say this, that trading is the best skill to scale up, because you just scale up capital, but you do the same thing every day. So I'm taking the same setup every day, but just my capital increases and my income increases as well. So it's very powerful. It's just very powerful.
So you basically reverse engineered it. You
Yeah.
thought of a way, okay, how can I make 100K a month? And you thought, okay, I can make 1 or 2% a month, so I need 6M in capital, 6 million in capital. You basically reached that, and now you're making the desired 100K a month, and sometimes maybe even more, I guess. So,
Yeah.
indeed. So that's a different type of thinking, because a lot of traders are just thinking, okay, when I acquired a 200K funded account, I can make, like, for example, 10% or 5%, and that's the money I'm making. And that's the moment people will feel, because every month going for a 5% or a 10%, it's a lot, and that's definitely set yourself into failure. So
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, it's I remember when FTMO when I discovered FTMO a lot of years ago, I was also doing like the math, I had the calculator out, and I was like, all right, if I make, because that's back then the target was 10%, 5%. So I was like, all right, if I get to the final account, I make 10% a month, that's 8K for me. That's a lot of money. So yeah, it's just the big expectations that you have. But then obviously I realized like 10% a month is almost impossible without having huge risk. So I don't want to have 10%. I'm gonna let the kids that trade, ICT and all of that make that 10%. I'm not interested in that. But it's interesting to see the Forex community, how it came around, because like 2 years ago, I know when smart money concepts really got popular, like there was a lot of guys like showing 1 to 15 R, 1 to 20 R, like they were saying like 10% a week is the bare minimum, to make trading so easy, risk 1%. But they're just not professional traders, because it's very, very hard, especially when you're trading the lower time frames. You want to have the 1 to 10 1 to 20. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's definitely possible, but you do need good conditions, because if you make 10% on a 10k account, you know, let's say you risk 1% on a 3 pip stop loss, you can do that, right? But if you want to do that on like 1 million or even 500k account, that's what's that, like 100 lots, you know, on a 3, even more, 130 lots. That's almost impossible to have like a good, you know, good feel. And obviously, you know that from a broker perspective. So people don't really understand that, right? It's very hard to trade big lots on smaller stop losses, because that 1% is going to turn into 2% very fast just by executing.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. And talk about hard things. What was for you like the hardest thing to learn into your way to consistency, into your way to the point you are in right now?
The hardest thing, it's hard to say, because every obstacle that I had, I knew I was just going to overcome it. I think the hardest part was at the beginning, when, you know, you don't really have a lot of money, and then you kind of want to, you have to be a bit risky, so it's kind of hard. I did have some hard moments, some big losses. I remember I lost like 40k in one day on gold when the Russia-Ukraine war broke out.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that was
Crazy day on
that was
growth.
it.
Like pump for more than 100 pips and then it dumped 100 or even more pips.
Yeah. So I kind of got margin call just at the, you know, at the spot before going my way. So it was a big hard, but every mistake, let's say, I just know it's a mistake, or I just try to learn from it. So I think not just trading, but generally in life as a man, if you have hard things, you just need to overcome them. You don't really need
Definitely.
to let them affect them. So I don't, every hard thing that happened, I'm blessed for it, because it helped me grow and become a better person. So I'm not afraid of hard things. Yeah. Even if I lose, let's say, all my funding now, it's fine, right? I can just build back up again.
Oh, indeed. And if I'm right, you had a moment in your trading career a couple months ago, right? That you lost a lot of funding. Did you
Yeah.
some bans, or maybe you can explain a little bit more? But that's
Yeah. So
also a
yeah, that
setback.
was, yeah, it's just a long story. Don't really want to go back into it, but yeah, I hit the I hit the $5.5 million mark, and then yeah, I got banned on a few platforms for some bullshit reason. So I lost, I think, $1.2 million. I had like 30k in payouts that wasn't paid. So I went to like 4.2 million, I think, and then that really messed up with my head a little bit. I tried to control it, but then I went on a losing streak. So I lost a lot more funding. I think I went to like 2.5. So that's more than half of it, which was very bad from my part. And those accounts were also in drawdown. So yeah, it was a hard a hard moment, going for like 5.5 to 2.5, 2.2 even, I think. But yeah, I just took a break for a few days, set my mind straight, and then I went on a huge winning streak. So that was, I think that was 3 months ago. So yeah, it's actually interesting. So like 3 months ago, so I was at 2.2 million funding. I had no payouts scheduled, and that's when I set my mind straight and I really invested some money in challenges, and I went on a huge winning streak. So I don't think I lost anything. So I went back to like $4.5 million in funding in like 2 weeks. I started making some profits, and then yeah, 2 months ago I hit back 5 million funding plus, and then I had to November, December was both months were like 6-figure months in profits. So in like 1 month I recovered everything, and I also, you know, made 6 figures in every month. So it's just the mind is the only thing that stops us, right? And now going to 6 million and above, and probably gonna keep climbing if I find any good platforms. But yeah, the important thing is it's just in your mind, right? It's how you deal with things, because I could have easily just continued the losing streak, maybe lose all my capital, you know, and then have it very hard. But I think it's just in the mind. If you know you're good at something, it's just like sports, right? Coming from basketball, you know, you have let's say you have a bad game, you start the game bad, You need a few minutes to recover, set your mind straight, and then you go back into it. So I had multiple situations like that when playing sports. So it's nothing different. It's just
What do
now
you
I'm
do?
sitting in front of the computer.
What do you do when you need to set your mind straight? What did you do when you play basketball, and what did you do actually the last time when you experienced the setback into your capital?
I don't know. It's just like a switch in the brain, right? Because you realize the situation you're in. So you just take a step back. So the way I do it is I kind of look at myself from a third point of view, right? So I kind of take a step back. That's what I mean. And then look around me, take a few deep breaths and kind of figure out, all right, where I'm standing right now, what assets I have, let's say, and what can I do different, to basically what inputs can I do different to have the output that I want. So when I was playing basketball, I was just, analyzing my game and see, all right, this doesn't work because I don't know, maybe their defense is playing something against me. So let me try something different that I know is going to work, right? So instead of, I don't know if you're familiar with basketball, but let's say I couldn't really shoot from the 3-point line because they were defending very well. All right, let me fake that and then just go in and outpower them, and score.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing now. I took a step back and I was like, all right, I have this $2.2 million. I have a lot of cash, so that's not a problem. I was just watching the market, seeing, all right, we have news. I think it was a big news move. So I was took a step back, watched the higher time frames. I was like, all right, EU is gonna move up a little bit and then it's gonna drop. So let me just wait for that and then start taking trades in my direction, right? And yeah, had a 2.2 million. I was like, all right, I'm gonna recover this and make some profits, use that profits to reinvest into challenges, pass the challenges very aggressively, connect them all. So that's when I used the trade copier. So I was trading the whole $3 million in challenges on just one account.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just focused on good trading, have my rules, really looked at them and just respected them, and everything played right to the plan. Right.
Nice, man. Very nice, very nice. And I'm also very curious about, man, because you're a 24-year-old guy who earns a lot of money, owns a supercar, if I'm right. So from a different perspective and from maybe for the outer world, you already have and achieved what most guys want to achieve in their complete life. So what I'm really curious about is what's currently motivating you? So what's currently motivating Andrew to go even higher, to acquire more capital, or maybe reach the end goal you have in mind? What's the motivation behind it?
Well, yeah, it's an interesting story because I don't really want to be, that type of guy. But I think after a certain point, money is not really important. Like maybe let's say 10K a month is more than enough to live anywhere. So it's not about the money. Then, obviously it's like, oh, I want a supercar, I want a nice watch. You get them, they're nice, right? Then you want another one. So yeah, my goal for when I started was making 10K, and then it turned into 100K. So like have my first 6-figure month, and then I had like 2 or 3 months like that. So I was like, all right, I didn't even feel them. So now it's just more about I just want to be a very big trader. So my goal now for the next years is to potentially have like 100 million hedge fund to trade and have my own trading team to trade with me. So at this point, it's just about levels. I want to reach the highest level. I wanted to reach the highest level in the prop trading space, which I did. And now my next is just in the capital world, right? Gain as much capital, and then I don't know that. I think that's my goal is always to improve myself. I don't know. I have a lot of more personal goals, but in terms of money and trading, I think that's about it. So I just like trading, to be honest. And I want to reach the highest possible level. I want to show the world that it's possible, because once I got very successful in trading, I kind of saw that the percentage of people that actually make it here, it's so low. Like it's so low. A lot of people in the space, they make more money from the businesses that actually sell services to traders that want to be successful, right? So actually becoming a trader and making big money, it's very, very hard. But I just wanted to show it's possible, So yeah, this point in my life, because I'm turning 25, I kind of want to focus on that, and then maybe start some businesses in the trading space to kind of run, on the side, and kind of build my capital and my wealth. Because once you turn like into your 30s, then it's just family, you
Indeed.
kind of, your life is kind of over.
From the family, you expel.
Yeah.
Look, it's a different stage. It's not like the life is over, but
Yeah.
it's a different stage, and
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you definitely will enjoy that stage as well. But you're currently in the stage of building and to expand your wealth as much as possible. So you probably could already retire, but you could retire even better at your 30s. So that's very nice to hear, man. The motivation behind all the success. And you're currently as well max allocated with us. You have 400K in funding you manage right now at BrightFunded. What I'm also pretty curious about is, how do you experience right now the trading environment within the BrightFunded ecosystem? How do you like it?
I like it very much. I like the fact that there's no slippage, no commissions. That's a big thing. The trading platform is nice, because obviously you have the good executions. I wish you guys could just fix the dashboard because it always has issues. But yeah, I like the payouts. Like, I was paid on Christmas Day, so like nobody did that. It's very nice because you get paid the same day, and then you also get a new account. And yeah, it's one of my top 5 platforms now, definitely. I don't think there's a scaling up program or something.
There is.
Is
There is.
so
Okay.
okay.
Every 4 months, you can scale up your account with 30%. A little bit of the same, scaling requirements as other firms. So have to acquire at least 2 payouts in those 4 months. Need to be profitable. You need to have a profit for at least 10%, and your account needs to be in profit. So definitely.
All right. So I will definitely hit that in like 2 months. So it's great. I have no issues. Obviously, the most important thing with trading platform is the trust you have with them in getting paid. So that's just the big things, because a lot of platforms now, when I have my first payout, they start throwing these emails from the risk department, we want to explain your strategy and all of that. They're just looking for excuses not to pay. And with BrightFunded, I didn't have that issues, and the trading conditions, they're unbeatable. I think they're the best right now because you don't have that slippage, you don't have anything. But yeah, just the dashboard, if you could just fix the
After
I don't know, maybe
migration to the new dashboard, already a lot is fixed. So we're currently still improving, and maybe you probably know, but we're building the dashboard ourselves. So we're building our backend ourselves instead of working with a third-party provider. So sometimes we have small hiccups, but rest assured, our customer support team is always there to help. And we're getting better every day, and especially after migration last December, already a lot improved. So, but it's good that you mention it, because there's always room for improvement, definitely.
yeah, that's the only downside. But and I'm looking forward to your tokens program. I don't know a lot about it. I don't think it's very functional right now, but I think that's gonna be very interesting.
Indeed. Yeah, last weekend we migrated everything. So right now your tokens are added to your dashboard retroactively. So all your trading volume you traded in the past month,
okay, that's
all accumulated BrightFunded tokens, and from now this point onwards, you can spend those tokens on trading perks and stuff. So you definitely have to check out, man. Definitely.
Yeah, that's innovation, and that's nice.
Indeed.
Because every platform is now the same, so innovation is good.
That's what we're focusing on, man. Innovation and providing like a unique experience for traders as you and for all our traders to definitely bring a smile on their face and to reach them payouts. And not only, look, at BrightFunded, people not only benefit while they are a funded star or funded trader, but already acquire tokens once they are buying a challenge and when they are in phase 1 and phase 2. So it's good that you mentioned it, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Very interesting interview. So to wrap things up, my very last question, and we already talked about it. We just already talked about it. But where is Andrew in the upcoming year, in the upcoming 5 years? So what's the goal?
So goal for this year is to get started with private capital. I'm still in talks with a few people to get started on that, and then just building the track record. Trading wise, because now my trading is a little bit, I don't know, it's not really, because I have so much accounts, it's very hard because I was trading them each one by one. and making profits. Now I kind of want to do it over a trade copier. So I kind of took all my accounts into a trade copier, and I'm just taking trades on one account. So I'm really trying to, because I know how the market moves every day. So I'm very tempted to, take take trades every single day. But I kind of want to focus on having maybe one trade a week, or maybe no trades a week, and then that trade to bring me 1% or 2%, and just focus on that, because that's very good for private capital, right? So my goal now is to secure my first investment and use that to build a good track record, and then to start attracting more investments. And in the 5 years, that's a long time, because because reaching my goals at 24, 25, I don't know, 5 years, I want to have that 100 million in capital for sure. And I want to have multiple businesses. And that's about it. Maybe buy a new supercar now. Let's see.
Nice,
because
man.
that's fun. That's fun. That's always fun. Because a lot of people ask me about that also. It's like, if you're not buying it now, then when are you gonna enjoy it,
enjoy
right?
yourself too, right? You have to enjoy yourself too. You work hard for it, you earn the money, you can set it on your bank or whatever, put it in the ETF, whatever, or you can just enjoy it and enjoy life also a little bit, because that's also one of the most important things.
Because if you reach your goals younger, then you have all the time to focus on the right stuff. So
Indeed.
Just do it. If someone has the money to do it, just do it, and then enjoy it, and then leave it away. Because after that, after you experience it, you're gonna see that it's not actually a big thing. It's just a goal that everyone wants, right?
Indeed. Just live an accelerated life. Already experience things that people normally experience never, or on the 50s or 60s. So definitely.
Exactly. A
lot to look forward to. And Andrew, I want to thank you for the interview. Really interesting, really insightful, and I guess the community also got a lot of insights out of it. Again, Andrew is the trader with the highest total payouts, so he is the one who needs to be beaten or not. So definitely interesting. Andrew, thanks for having us, and thanks for your time, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that was a very, very exciting and amazing interview with the trader with the highest total payout amounts, Andrew. Andrew already acquired over 30,000 United States dollars in total payouts just at BrightFunded, and is currently managing 6.1 million in prop firm funding. He shared a lot of knowledge and insights on his trading journey and his way to become a consistently profitable trader. Hopefully you enjoyed it, you got some value out of it, because there was a lot of value dropped within the interview by Andrew. Alright fam, that was it for today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and the most important, of course, don't forget to share some love within the comments with Andrew. Alright fam, I see you at the next one.